Welcome to my channel, Most Worth Coins, WC here. You'll find videos about rare, valuable, and interesting coins from around the world. Watch the videos, learn about coin history, coin values, and unique facts you won't find anywhere else. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to support the channel. It really helps us grow and bring you even more amazing coin content. Thanks for watching. Let's get started. The 1981 Australia 20-cent coin is a fascinating and historically valuable piece in Australian decimal coinage. It belongs to a series introduced following Australia's monumental switch from the imperial to the decimal currency system in 1966. This shift was one of the most significant financial changes in Australian history, and the 20-cent coin has remained one of the main denominations in everyday Australian life since its debut. The 1981 issue, in particular, holds special interest for collectors due to its mintage, design, variations, and the broader global context of its production. In the mid-20th century, Australia, like many former British colonies, used a monetary system based on pounds, shillings, and pence, a system inherited from Britain. But by the 1960s, decimalization movements were gaining traction globally, and Australia joined in, officially converting to decimal currency. On the 14th of February, 1966, the 20-cent coin was introduced as part of this transition, equivalent to 1 florin. In the old currency, the 1981 20-cent coin represents the 16th year of production for this denomination. Notably, 1981 was a year of exceptional importance. Because of the unusually high mintage levels and because a significant number of Australian 20-cent coins were minted overseas, marking one of the rare occasions in Australian history when coin production was outsourced. The obverse of the 1981 20-cent coin, like most Australian coins from the period, features the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II. This portrait was created by Arnold Machin, a distinguished British sculptor. His portrayal of the Queen is among the most iconic, having appeared on the coinage of numerous Commonwealth nations from the late 1960s through the early 1980s. Queen Elizabeth II is depicted wearing the girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, a piece of jewelry gifted to her grandmother, Queen Mary, in 1893. The Queen faces right, a long-standing tradition in British and Commonwealth coinage where each successive monarch faces the opposite direction to their predecessor. Surrounding the portrait are the inscriptions, Elizabeth II at the top and Australia 1981 at the bottom. The lettering is in capitalized serif font, cleanly struck around the rim. Arnold Machin, OBR.A. His initials do not appear on the coin, but his effigy is instantly recognizable. 2 numismatists worldwide. Reverse design back. The reverse side of the coin is a distinctive and celebrated feature in Australian numismatic art. The reverse depicts a platypus swimming gracefully underwater, surrounded by rippling currents that symbolize movement. The platypus, one of Australia's most unique native creatures, was chosen for its iconic status and its representation of Australia's rich and distinctive wildlife. The platypus is seen from a top-down perspective, paddling with its webbed feet, with air bubbles and swirling lines illustrating water movement around its body. The design elegantly captures the animal's natural aquatic environment and conveys a sense of motion rarely seen in coin design. The denomination 20 is prominently displayed to the left of the platypus, overlapping slightly with the water currents. No additional text appears on the reverse. The reverse was designed by Stuart Devlin, an acclaimed Australian goldsmith and silversmith, who also designed several other coins for the decimal series. His work is marked by dynamic lines and intricate detail. Physical specifications. Specification delineation, 20 cents country Australia, 1981, metal. Composition 75% copper, 25% nickel copper nickel diameter, 28.52 m thickness 2.00 m, weight 11.31 grams, edge milled reeded, shape round, mintage and production details. One of the most intriguing aspects of the 1981 20-cent coin is its production history, due to an exceptionally high demand for circulating coinage in Australia during this period. The Royal Australian Mint outsourced a large portion of its coin production to overseas mints, mintage locations and figures. Royal Australian Mint, Canberra Royal Mint, London Royal Canadian Mint, Ottawa, official mint mark distinctions were not made visible on circulation coins. Minute variations exist between coins minted at different facilities, detectable through slight design, spacing, or strike differences, something keen-eyed collectors enjoy exploring. Approximate total mintage, over 128 million coins were produced in total in 1981, making it one of the highest mintage years for the denomination. Despite its high mintage, the 1981 20-cent coin holds a significant interest for collectors for several reasons. The outsourcing to foreign mints is an unusual event in Australian coinage history, making 1981 coins a topic of specialized study. As with all copronical coins, 20-cent pieces are prone to wear and surface marks, so high-grade, uncirculated, or proof examples command premium interest. particularly in PCGS or NGC cases. Collectors actively seek out error variants such as off-center strikes, double strikes, or clipped planchets, which increase the numismatic value. Typical value range as of recent market trends: circulated condition, AUD, 0.202, 0.50. Uncirculated mint state, AUD, 3-10 proof versions, if any from collector sets, higher, depending on demand and availability. The platypus designed by Stuart Devlin remains one of the most cherished images on Australian coinage. Representing the country's unique biodiversity, it has stood the test of time and continues on the 20-cent coin to this day, making it one of the longest-running coin designs in the country's modern history. The 1981 Elizabeth II Australia 20-cent coin is much more than a simple piece of currency. It reflects a period of economic growth, international collaboration, and design excellence in Australia's numismatic history. Its association with the renowned Arnold Machen and Stuart Devlin, the historical decision to outsource production, and its representation of native Australian wildlife all contribute to its numismatic appeal. While it may be a common coin in terms of mintage numbers, its story, artistry, and collectability provide it with a distinct identity among both casual collectors and seasoned new coins. Like the 1981 20-cent piece encapsulate the intersection of history, art, and national identity, quietly carrying stories in the pockets of millions. The Elizabeth II Australia 20-cent coin of 2004 stands as a testament to both tradition and continuity in the rich numismatic heritage of Australia's decimal currency system. First introduced in 1966, the Australian 20-cent coin has long occupied an essential role in daily transactions and collector interest alike. The 2004 issue preserves the long-standing classic design featuring Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse and the graceful image of a platypus swimming underwater on the reverse, an image etched into the collective memory of generations of Australians. Though not a commemorative year or especially rare issue, the 2004 coin holds particular interest for collectors assembling complete year sets, obverse effigy-type collections, and for those passionate about modern Australian currency history. The year 2004 marked the 38th year since Australia transitioned from its former imperial currency system of pounds, shillings, and pence to a decimal-based system, a move that had fundamentally reshaped commerce and daily life across the nation. By then, the decimal coins had become iconic symbols, not just for their practical value, but for the national identity they embodied. Australian decimal coins consistently depicted unique and native flora and fauna, establishing a visual language of national pride and distinctive culture. In this way, the 20-cent coin's reverse design featuring the platypus, one of the country's most fascinating native animals, continued to reinforce this national symbolism. The obverse of the 2004 20-cent coin features the fourth, definitive effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, created by the distinguished British sculptor Ian Rankin. Introduced on Australian coins in 1999, this portrait marked a significant departure from its predecessors. Unlike earlier effigies, which portrayed the Queen in a formal, idealized manner, Rank Broadley's portrait captured a more realistic, mature likeness of the Queen in her later years. In this rendering, Elizabeth II faces right, wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, a piece she famously received as a wedding gift from her grandmother Queen Mary in 1947. The portrait was notable for its candid depiction, with detailed attention to the facial features, hair, and regal expression. Rank Broadley's initials, IRB, are discreetly inscribed on the obverse at the base of the Queen's neck. Surrounding the Queen's portrait are the inscriptions, Elizabeth II at the top and Australia 2004 at the bottom, both executed in a clean, capitalized serif font that arcs gracefully along the coin's milled edge. The coin's rim is delicately raised to protect its surface from excessive wear, a feature that has contributed to the enduring legibility of these coins, even after extensive time in circulation. Turning to the reverse, the platypus, designed by Stuart Devlin, introduced in 1966 and retained throughout the coin's history, remains one of the most celebrated images in Australian. The platypus, an egg-laying semi-aquatic mammal endemic to eastern Australia, is an iconic symbol of the nation's extraordinary biodiversity. In Devlin's design, the platypus is shown swimming underwater, depicted in an elegant, dynamic, top-down perspective. The creature's rounded body, distinctive bill, and webbed feet are beautifully captured in mid-motion, accompanied by graceful, curling lines representing rippling water currents and floating air bubbles. These curving lines surround the animal and suggest both movement and fluidity, a rare accomplishment in coin design. To the left of the platypus, prominently positioned, is the denomination 20 in bold numerals, partially intersecting with the surrounding waterlines, a distinctive element of the design's composition. There are no additional inscriptions or text on the reverse, allowing Devlin's art to command visual focus. His hallmark as a master of numismatic art lies in his ability to convey depth and movement within the confined circular canvas of a coin's reverse, and this design remains a testament to his skill. The physical characteristics of the 2004 20-cent coin align with the specifications established for the denomination at the outset of struck in copper-nickel alloy consisting of 75% copper and 25% nickel. The coin possesses a brilliant silvery finish and a solid, enduring feel. The coin measures 28.52 millimeters in diameter, with a thickness of 2.00 millimeters, and carries a weight of 11.31 grams. The edge of the coin is milled-reeded with finely engraved parallel grooves encircling the circumference, contributing both to the coin's tactile qualities and to its visual definition. The 2004 20-cent coin was minted exclusively at the Royal Australian Mint in Canberra, which since 1965 has served as the primary facility for the production of Australian legal tender coinage. The Mint's attention to high production standards and precise specifications has earned it a sterling reputation both domestically and internationally. In 2004, the Royal Australian Mint produced the 20-cent coin both for general circulation and for inclusion in its annual uncirculated and proof coin sets, which are highly sought after by collectors. Approximately 47,232,000 circulation strike coins were produced for everyday use in 2004. This mintage figure was typical of the period, neither exceptionally high nor particularly scarce, ensuring that the 2004 issue would remain a common but important part of daily commerce and numismatic collections. Proof versions, featuring a mirrored field and frosted devices, were included in limited collector sets and carry additional premium value on the secondary market. In terms of collectability, while the 2004 20-cent coin is widely available, in circulated condition, pristine uncirculated examples, mint state grades, and proof strikes are prized by numismatists, particularly those assembling full-year sets, obverse portrait collections, or decimal-era platypus reverse-type sets. Values in circulated condition typically hover around a UD 0.202, AUD 0.50, equivalent to their face value and modest collector interest. However, uncirculated pieces in MS60 condition can command prices ranging from a UD3 to a UD7, depending on their quality and eye appeal. Proof examples, distinguished by their flawless mirrored surfaces and frosted designs, often sell for a UD15 to a UD25 or more, particularly when sourced from original Royal Australian Mint proof sets. Another dimension of interest for collectors involves mint errors, which occasionally appear in circulation. These may include off-center strikes, die cracks, or clipped planchets, anomalies that are typically rare but highly desirable. While no notable or documented major error varieties exist specifically for the 2004 issue, keen-eyed collectors routinely inspect coins from all years for such prized anomalies. Symbolically, the 20-cent coin continues to serve as a unifying element within the Australian decimal currency system. The choice of the platypus, a creature found nowhere else in the world, reflects both the uniqueness of Australia's ecosystem and the nation's environmental heritage. Meanwhile, the image of Queen Elizabeth II underscores Australia's status as a constitutional monarchy, maintaining continuity with its Commonwealth ties while affirming its distinct national character through the wildlife motif. To conclude, the 2004 Elizabeth II Australia 20-cent coin is a well-crafted, elegantly designed, and historically significant piece within the country's decimal series. Its enduring designs by Ian Rank Broadley and Stuart Devlin showcase both regal dignity and natural grace, blending tradition and identity in a functional work of art. While plentiful in circulation, its value to collectors lies in its role within complete collections, its association with two of the most respected designers in Australian numismatic history, and its continued presence as a living symbol of Australian commerce, history, and wildlife, whether held as a simple pocket coin or preserved in a collector's cabinet. The 2004 20-cent coin remains a proud